In this video, you'll learn how to support your child or student during guided reading. Guided reading means guiding a child as they read. You'll learn how to set the objective, front-load information, guide your child through the book, and assess their understanding at the end. Let's start by choosing the book. To do that, you'll need some prior assessment or information about where your child is. What letters does your child know? What letter sounds does your child know? What words are on the sight word list? And if you're a teacher, what text reading level is the child on? Point to each letter of the alphabet, uppercase and lowercase, out of order, and ask, what letter is this? What sound does it make? It's that simple. Do the same thing with your sight words. Point to the word and ask, what is this word? What is this word? Don't give them a chance to sound out the word. See if they know it by sight. Then choose a book based on the information you've gathered from your child. Don't get discouraged if your child does not know any letters or sound. They can still read and comprehend a book. They may be able to read a book with words like the, dog, man, cat, and a. At the same time, you are teaching them the letter A, the sight word a, and the word the. Now, let's talk about the comprehension part of your text, which is very important. After you have selected the text, it's time to determine what objective you would like your child or student to know. You can find the Common Core standards and objectives online. I picked out some kindergarten standards that we use in the classroom. During this text, the objective may be naming the characters. You may also have them retell the story from the beginning, middle, or end. They may need to identify the main idea and details, or ask and answer questions about the text. Let's look at an example. Our objective for today is, you will tell me what the main idea is, what the whole story is about, and then you will tell me the details that support the main idea. Here's an example. Remember when we read the book about the giraffes in Africa? What was the entire book about? That's the main idea. It was about giraffes. And what supporting details in the book let you know it was about giraffes? The author said that giraffes had long necks, so they could eat from the tops of the trees. The book gave us information all about giraffes. You will need to give 3 details that show that is the main idea. Are you ready? Next, you need an objective for phonics. Look at the assessments you've taken and identify which sight words they don't know and which phonics skills they don't know. Those are the ones you will work on. Then set up a phonetic objective. For example, while you read today, we will be practicing our short U words, like in the word sun, S-U-N, and cup, C-U-P. Remember to blend the sounds when you're reading. And don't forget to use your strategies. Always introduce the child to strategies they can use while they're reading, such as look at the picture, say the beginning sound, stretch through the word, tap through the word, or chunk it. Ask, what small word do you recognize inside the word? All right, let's read. While your child is reading, instruct them to remember to use the strategies you have taught them. Remind them. Make sure you look at the picture. What is the beginning sound? What sound does that make? Use a strategy worksheet that you can place right beside the reader so they can reference it while they are reading. Look at the pictures. Get your lips ready to say the first sound. Now it's time to check for understanding. Your checking for understanding work should correlate with your objective. For example, your phonics sheet should be the short U sound worksheet. It might ask them to circle the U words on the worksheet, write all the U words from the text, or create new short U words. They may also write sentences using words that have short U. Now let's look at the comprehension objective, main idea and details. A great tool to use is a word web, with the main idea in the center and the supporting details in the surrounding circles. You can do the first one for them. Extension questions are used to make the text more rigorous. You can ask questions like what if? For example, what if giraffes lived on an island? What if all of the trees were short? What other animals are like giraffes? What if, what if, what if? Do you have any questions or comments? Please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also find guided reading videos here at Home with Ms. Jones. Thank you so much for visiting.